Welcome everybody to the Slab Lounge, hosted by the three Kwamis, Doug Medhen and Kevin Bradley, and of course Robert Haywood. Oh, the Slab Lounge. It has been 2 weeks, and mainly because A, 1 week I got food poisoning, and B, last week, because of all the renovations this apartment's doing, I didn't get the internet. I have internet now, kind of. It's a fucking mess.
Maybe.
Yeah. Jesus Christmas. You know, I was actually calling my mom the other night cuz I might fly back to Ethiopia this summer, but like the call was so choppy on my end. I'm just like this you gotta be kidding me with this fucking, oh my god, I hate this hotspot so goddamn much. Ugh. And as much as I want to bitch about that, I got other things to bitch about because I am kind of not happy with how season 3 of Invincible's going down. Oh wait, no, you two don't watch Invincible. God damn it, I want to vent with someone that watches Invincible. Ah, because here's the thing: the one thing I cannot stand about Invincible is the main character Invincible. He just got into a relationship with a ginger, and he's bitching nonstop to her about like, oh, this guy knows my secret identity. Oh, I helped out a mob boss, even though he had good intentions. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm like, dude, shut. I wanted to throw my shoe at. And all respect to Stephen Yoon, he does a brilliant job just being a voice actor. I just want to throw my shoe at the fucking character because this is all. And I keep hearing from sources saying like, just wait. Mark gets better during the Invincible Wars. I'm like, the fuck is the Invincible Wars? Well, why don't you look it up? Like, I don't want to fucking look it up. I don't want to look up shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Fuck, man. But at least I can say that common side effects is fucking great.
Oh,
Ooh.
that thing. I had been wondering because I didn't know of his existence until I was at work and saw it faintly over in the corner. And I was very confused because it looked like Gigantor but colored with Family Guy.
Well,
And I was so confused. Because I didn't have sound at the moment. I just had animation. So I was like, what is happening on that screen? What is going on right now? Those faces. What is happening?
Yeah, I did it. I forgot. I thought it was not premiering in March. Good thing you told me. It's like I thought it was in March. I was waiting. I was like, because I've seen like the trailers and all that stuff, and I thought it was March, man.
oh no, it's on like episode 4 right now. Here's how. First of all, here's how I can sell it to you to both of you. Number one, it was created by the guy that did Scavenger's Reign, right? Now I know you two haven't seen Scavenger's Reign, but I still heavily suggest. But trust me, if you actually look it up, it has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and for a good fucking reason, because that show was amazing. And two, it's actually being backed up hard by Mike Judge and fuck, Greg Daniels, the creator of King of the Hill. Um,
Oh,
yeah, so they're backing it. Here's the plot. Essentially, this dude is wanted by Big Pharma because this dude has an. His name is Marshall. He found this mushroom that can essentially Deus Ex Machina resurrect, like even resurrect the recently bereaved. I'm serious. Like you just sprinkle some of this shit, or someone eats it. If you have like, let's say Alzheimer's, you're cured. If you have like a really bad, like if you're like fucking bleeding out like hard, you eat that, everything's regenerated, etc., etc. So Big Pharma wants this guy out of the picture for obvious reasons. So what kicks off is this like chase scene. It's basically a chase, but, and this is the big but, while Scavenger's Reign was half nature documentary, half we have to get to the thing, we have to get off of this alien world. Common side effects is half super serious spy drama thing, and like a quarter of like tension breaking comedy moments. You might think that okay, that kind of fucks with the tone. It really doesn't, because like you're just like the last episode that came out. Dude stepped on a landmine, blows up, and the female lead character, she actually catches the guy's foot, like his severed foot. She's speechless, and like the dude, like and everyone, and there was like silence for like a good, I want to say like 10 seconds before someone's all like, "Huh, sweet," it's just, and that's how the thing ends. So it's not it's good. It's really good. Like I'm fucking with it hard. I love common side effects. Oh Jesus Christ, that show is amazing. I'm like fucking just drinking it all in. I can't wait for tonight's episode.
Well, I want to watch it. Like, I love the trailer and stuff on there. I just thought it was going to release later, but I'll just catch up with it. Now I can binge a couple episodes. Maybe I'll wait a day or so, then I could catch up and be like, oh, 5 episodes. Did they say like how many episodes is going to be the season, or is it going to be like 7 in the first season, or like because usually first seasons they do short,
Yeah,
and then they'll do maybe longer the second one.
I
But
honestly, I honestly don't know how many episodes there's going to be this season, but I can at least tell you that fuck, what the hell is it called? Why am I Yiffin? I gotta stop calling it. You know, what? No, I'm just leaning into it now. The first season of Yiffin Spider-Man is done. So if you want to binge watch those episodes, you might want to do it because like I said, it's good. It's really good. I mean, all things aside, even though Aunt May is a total, like, she is a MILF.
it's a
Um,
smoke show.
hmm I was so surprised with some of the characters that they got, um, like for instance, like I was like legit shocked with who they revealed to be Tombstone. And I'm just when that title dropped, I was just like, "What? Him? The fuck out of here! Really? Okay, I can fuck with this some more." Here's the weird thing about Yip and Spider-Man. Like, I'm not gonna fault it because yeah, it's still like the first season. The only problems that I had with Yip and Spider-Man are you had to have be familiar with the MCU, I guess, because they bring up the Avengers Civil War. Like they actually do bring that up a lot. And at first I was just all like, wait, the Civil War, why are they bringing that up? Wait, is this a At first I thought it was like maybe a fucking prequel to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but like no. Two, not a lot of the characters get screen time. And by that I mean I mean literally when Pete first joins up with Oscorp, he's recruited by a bunch of other interns. Now these four interns, along with Peter Parker, I mean you'll get like the usual suspects. Like you have Kurt Connors. I think the other one, I think he's gonna be the Jackal, but like Kurt Connors is actually a black lady now. I forgot her name, and I think the other guy that's gonna be the Jackal, and the other four interns along with Pete. I mean, I know one's from Wakanda. Other than that, I got nothing because I don't remember a goddamn thing about. No, I'm serious because they have like next to no screen time whatsoever. I will give the fight scene because with that being said, like not a lot of the characters have a lot of time to grow. They seem to just focus on Peter and who else? Kinda, sort of. Well, Tombstone, and kinda, sorta, Harry Osborn, because Pete, Harry, and Norman they kind of form this sort of club thing. It's stupid, but like it's that part's dumb, but like it does sprout into something more interesting. And the season finale actually had a really good ending twist that I didn't see coming. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I will just say watch If and Spider-Man. The fight scenes are really good, particularly um the fight scene between Spider-Man and Daredevil. That shit was fucking fire. Okay, I'm gonna say it right now. That was great. I was just like on the edge of my seat. I'm like, oh, whoa, okay, Man Without Fear, nice, 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 real nice, real nice. Um, but like, there's still people that say like the CGI is bad. I'm like, fuck you. The CGI is fine, you idiot. Get out of here with that. It's cell shaded. It's comic style. What the fuck do you want, you people? Like, Jesus, you people are just impossible to please. But like, you have more. They have more credence. They have more grievances for like some of the like the characters not getting enough screen time to go off of that than complain about the art style. Fuck you, you fucking pieces of shit. At the very least, I know it has 3 seasons confirmed to its name. So there's that.
Well, that's a nice bit then.
Yeah. Yip and Spider-Man's great. Ah, my nose. I have such a runny fucking nose. Ah. Oh. And then there's the... But to shift gears to gaming. Please tell me you've seen the Switch footage of the Switch 2.
I mean, well, the actual device, I've seen some of it. I haven't seen the reason if they changed anything.
Well, I mean, other than
You
that,
mean footage of the gameplay or footage of the hardware?
the hardware.
Like I've seen it, like it basically looks like a giant, like maybe like a 30% bigger Switch, original Switch
Yeah.
on there. And there's Joy-Con and stuff on there, and I'm just like, I'm not sure if I saw like if the Joy-Cons come off or whatever. My whole gripe would have been just like, if you're gonna do this, like I don't care if you make a design that's bigger than 30% or whatever, but can we just like not have it so like the controllers can come off like so we don't have to deal with connectivity issues and all that kind of shit like. And if you want to do like, oh, but you could put in this dock and everything, yeah, but then you just get a separate controller for that. You know, that's
That's too easy. They can't make money.
Well, that's true. But I'm more concerned about like because with the showcase. So there's a big rumor that the Joy-Cons, while yes, they can still come off, they act as a mouse.
Oh.
And I'm all like, oh my god, if that is a mouse, then then I have a new reason to play Splatoon because analog sticks on shooters fucking suck. Mouse and keyboard any day. I mean, like that was the brakes on that point. I mean, like, are you fucking getting it? I mean, yeah. I just that and I don't want the stick drift problem. If I have the stick drift problem, I swear to God, if I have the stick drift problem again, if I have the Switch 2, because I'm pretty sure Metroid Prime 4 is gonna be, they're pulling a Breath of the Wild, and I think they're gonna pull a Breath of the Wild and release Prime 4 for Switch and Switch 2. And I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna go for the Switch 2 because A, Switch 2 is backwards compatible, and B, I don't want to waste money and get another stick drift problem. But I swear to God, if the Switch 2 has a stick drift problem again, I'm gonna burn it. I'm gonna straight burn it. I don't care how many environmental laws I'm breaking. I'm burning that fucking thing, and I'm just gonna point a middle finger at Nintendo as if that's going to do anything because it's Nintendo.
but that's why I don't want them to have the detachable joystick stuff in there because the connectivity problem caused a lot of that joystick issues, and it's just annoying. Like, yeah, when I come back and replay games that require me to like move around or whatever, like I was replaying. I played on the Switch. I bought the Kingdom Hearts collection, right? And I'm out here trying to beat Sarah with the fucking joystick issues that keep disconnecting in the middle combos, man. It's annoying. Like,
Well, I mean, the only reason why it's annoying is because it's Kingdom Hearts. Why would you play Kingdom Hearts?
Kingdom Hearts is a great game, Doug.
No, they're not. They are not, man.
It is a great game. It's a great game if you're open to crying like a real man.
They've opened up crying like, get out of here with that, man.
And soundtrack be banging.
Fuck it. Soundtrack alone. Well, unless it's like a rhythm game, soundtrack alone is not. Doug,
soundtrack
you
for
ever?
banging,
I mean,
and you,
like people are telling me like, oh, Doug, the story's great. Oh, really? You're gonna tell me the story's great? You're gonna tell me the story is great? You're really gonna sit there and tell me with a straight face that the story is amazing? Do you know how many? Even I know that like all of the different turns and cannons and keyblades and shit like that exist in that fucking title, and it's the most convoluted fucking piece of shit I have ever heard in my entire life. And that's saying something, considering how convoluted the superhero comics industry is, how the Mortal Kombat canon is, and Star Wars and Star Trek. None of them. They all pale in comparison to how overly convoluted fucking Kingdom Hearts is. Pokemon is nowhere near as convoluted, and that thing has several different timelines.
well, this one has to be convoluted because you have to. That's how they got you to play all the games and buy all the merchandise. Like, if it was a straight 1, 2, 3, it probably would work. But since they had to incorporate, okay, we did like a couple of GBA games and all that stuff, so we introduced these other characters, and it's like, oh, they're in the past, and then they finds out we're all connected in this weird timeline destiny, and they all wrapped it all up. They keep it going with the franchise. You got to give them credit for that.
No, they're never getting credit for that.
No, they're like,
No.
no, why not?
No, that'll never happen. That's like telling me. Like That's like saying like fucking what was I? What's the word I'm looking? What's the shit I'm looking? Like that's like trying to say like, oh, the Capcom stuff that's coming out soonish. That deserves credit. The fuck are you talking about? Doug, the Okami sequel. First of all, motherfucker, the Okami sequel. Okay, let's talk about Okami for a second, can't we? Let's just do that. Did it have a great art aesthetic? Absolutely. Gameplay wise, it was shit. Because you're gonna tell me that, oh, Doug, you paint things. Yeah, it kills the pacing of the fucking game, and and not all, and whenever you're painting the shapes won't be recognized like a lot of the time. So,
Dude, you're hating on this. Is this how I sound when I hate Atreus from God of War?
I don't. I mean, I don't hate Okami. Look, I think Okami is like hella overrated. I really do. Because don't get me wrong, it was Platinum Studios' last game. Everybody knew it was gonna bomb because for some reason Capcom wanted that game out on the same day as fucking Twilight Princess. So everyone knew who was gonna win out in terms of sales. But like Capcom needed an excuse to shutter Clover Studios. But like, I don't hate Okami. I just think it's mad overrated. People give that thing way too much credit than it deserves. I'm gonna.
This is a hill I'm gonna die on.
Atreus is just crispy fried fuck hate. Like you just hate that kid. Like it's Atreus. You're legally required to hate Atreus. I mean, like, it's, in God of War 4, the shit he does is stupid. And then Ragnarok, I watched the cutscenes, okay, like, and uh, he Kratos and Head fucking, what the hell's the Head's name again? Oh, God, Mimir. They're talking. It's like, oh, I don't think Atreus is cool, and like some shit like that, which causes Atreus to run away, meet up with the black chick. I don't even remember who she is, but like they come across like this fat giant bitch who's trying to like I think cook them for dinner, and then all that had nothing to do with the goddamn plot overall. It's I hate Atreus. I hate Atreus. I can honestly say that with a passion because you can't. His mohawk is pretentious. He only uses arrows, and when has anyone that only uses arrows been cool? Oh, Doug, the Green Arrow. Yeah, okay. You want to say the Green Arrow's cool? Is Hawkeye cool? Let me ask you two. Do either of you two like Hawkeye?
Not really.
Oh wow, what a shocker! What
I mean, if it's the comic version, yeah. I have no issues with like comic origin leading up to Hawkeye.
I think the problem I have with like most like if it's a main character or superhero or whatever who's supposed to use bows, it's just the it's reality. Is that okay? So if you have to face a drawn out battle or like a swarm of people, you only have a certain amount of bows. Like if you have a blade or you have your own powers or you can generate your own arrows, okay. But it's like if I was an army and I see this kid with all these arrows, I'm just like, okay, let's see, 50 arrows. Okay, 50 you guys go die for me. And then let's just go stomp this kid. Right? Like,
Yes.
like that's it.
Oh.
Like that's the strategy. Because I just feel like then if not, you force the author or the writer to be like, okay, this guy has to do an ass pull. He has to do a shitty Uru fucking Quincy thing. Sorry, Doug. I know you don't like Bleach. Like,
It's fun.
and now, and like, because literally, like, okay, I like the 1,000 year blood arc from Bleach. But it's like before that point, Quincy seems like a very limited, weak piece of fucking fashion hair. Like, oh, I got this light bulb with all these little bows and shit. And it's like weak, boring. And now all of a sudden, 1,000 year blood war. Oh, we got all these abilities, and now we're badasses. And like, I'm not doing bows, I'm doing 3 fingers to fire through your face, aka Basby. Like, okay.
Mm. Well, that's just the nature of Bleach. They just it's
They just
bullshit.
bleached everything. It's just like I'm saying, like, honestly, outside of like Legolas from Lord of the Rings and me being an archer on Elder Scrolls, I just really don't fuck with archers, man.
that
Like,
actually that actually brings up when you brought up Elder Scrolls, because there was I got roped into this convo because people are still talking about, like, Starfield fail, and they're just all like, oh man, Bethesda, they fell hard. And I was just like, why do you say that? Because Skyrim was really good. And that actually, like, someone else brought this up. They were just all like, I don't think Skyrim was as good as people say, because it came out in 2011. And I'm like, what came out in 2011? It was nothing but brown gray shooters. And then comes Skyrim with its Elder Scrolling it up. But like, Skyrim, I will attest, even though I hate fantasy, Skyrim was a lot better than Oblivion, because I think they took out the fast travel system that Oblivion had.
yeah, Oblivion sucked. It was Morrowind was great.
Oh, Morrowind was
Everyone thought it was the goat. And then Oblivion came and this was like cemented it. And then Skyrim came back and they kind of went back to like kind of Morrowind and everyone fucked with it. So much so that yeah, they kept releasing it, they kept doing DLC. I know they're doing a new DLC over so much that I think they pushed back Elder Scrolls 6 because they're just like, we can still squeeze this shit because their next DLC is supposed to be like twice the size of the previous one.
Okay, cool, but like, it still goes to show, like, while I'll admit Skyrim's better than Oblivion, um, it was just another Bethesda RPG. It just came out at a time when, everything was dork gray and just a shooter and a Call of Duty wannabe. Like, that's pretty much it.
I would admit that because when it came out, I was like, man, I'm really bored. I just kind of just told back up to my old GBA classic with like Battle Network and all that shit.
Mhm.
And then that came out like in the fall, Christmas, winter shit on there. At the time, I was like, college. It's like, cool. Winter break. I'm just going to play the shit out of this. And you just kind of get addicted to it, especially if you know how to play it smart with like, like I'm going to go and chant and get my blacksmith up early on so I could just be a god of this shit and just start killing motherfuckers. And it's so fun because it's like, it's almost just kind of like back with Knights of the Old Republic when you decide to do a run where you're like, I'm just gonna be a piece of shit and not help anyone and just kill everyone.
Yeah,
And that's the fun part. It's just like,
that's the other.
okay, got all the quests on there, fuck you. I'm just gonna blow this shit up. Giant fireball doesn't cost me anything. Everyone hates me. I don't give a fuck. I'm killing everyone.
Well, that's the thing. That's with moral choices. That's with moral choice systems. I was never a big fan of moral choices. It could work in Star Wars and it could work in 40K because in Star Wars you're either a nobleman or just a baby eater. And with 40K, with Dawn of War 2 Chaos Rising, you're either a good space marine or you're a chaos space marine. And chaos space marines get off on baby eating anyway. But like with like let's say Mass Effect, right? Like I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt, I went Renegade because Renegade has the most personality. It does. If you think about it. Look, let's take Mass Effect 2. When like this one random Volus, he had like bionics forcibly implanted and he's all like, I'm gonna get my revenge. You could either stop him from doing that or you could just tell him to go get himself killed. And I went with the latter option. And Shepard literally sarcastically said, "Charge." And I'm just all like, this has so much personality. I love this. I love it. I love Renegade. I love Like, if you tell me to go moral choice, then I'm gonna go Renegade. I'm gonna go Renegade. I never played Infamous, so I don't know how the moral choice system works in there. I've been told it's really, really, really good. And same goes with Infamous 2 and how it ties everything up. But as far as I know, Infamous is still technically abandonware. So, and I'm not about to get a PS3 emulator to play those games because, in all honesty, while a sandbox sounds like fun, I had more fun with Resistance 1 Evolved, man. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on the moral choice system. Just go Renegade with Shepard. It's the best.
Like with Skyrim, I felt like one of the flaws was that in order to like if you want to complete all the quests and stuff on there, you got to choose like a faction, right? Either the Stormcloaks or the Imperial. And I just felt like if they made an update like after the first one came out and it came back with the like 20th edition or whatever the edition anniversary whatever, and they made it so you could be like your own third faction because this is how I was always feeling like. You know what? Fuck these Imperials who is gonna kill me thinking I'm a Stormcloak, and fuck these Stormcloaks who's basically just a Nordic version of the Trump administration. And I could just kill both of them, or I could join one and then kill them in the end. Like I just felt like there should have been a third one, and then along the way, you can just start bribing people and slowly getting people who you thought would be great for you and from their factions, and then you just show up with a JBL speaker with that Fetty Wap on, that's like 1738, and you just kick open the door. And they just be in a royal meeting, and you're just like blowing all of them to pieces. Like that'd have been great.
Mhm.
I mean, if I was better at programming, I could do a mod for that. That'd been great, but I can't. So out there, people, I would download that shit, and I'm sure a lot of people would.
That actually reminded me of because I know this is a jarring shift. A while ago, I mentioned that the next Avatar was actually going to be Earthbender.
Yeah, it's
Now,
Earthbender.
yeah, more information finally came out because the like I now like we now know the setting, etc. etc. So the newest Avatar sequel is actually going to be called Avatar Seven Havens, and so how it's going to go down is that um shit, hold on, I gotta take care. There we go. So how it's going to go down is there was this giant cataclysmic event that happened, and if and the new Avatar has been discovered. Now, normally, like Avatar is supposed to bring peace and balance to the world, etc., etc. Not this time because spirits and people are hunting the Avatar down because it looks like they want to kill her. So she and her twin brother have to figure out what the fuck is going on. Apparently, there's going to be 2 seasons. Because I think either Nickelodeon or some shit ordered 26 episodes and it's split between two parts. So, and in honor of um, Last Airbender's 20th anniversary, come what was it, February or whenever the fuck it was first released, they're gonna like have apparently more adventures with Aang, and I'm just like,
I wouldn't put it past it because they kind of, story wise, we kind of just jumped to Korra. There's a bunch of not told Aang stuff that happened. It was just, Aang became Avatar, had kids. Aang's dead now. Look at Tenzin over there.
Yeah, they're basically they just badmouth Hank because like, yeah, Hank was that father, and then like we'll have some flashbacks in Korra, but like, yeah, he made some enemies that they thought might be his enemy, but you didn't really get that depth of it. All you really know is like, Hank basically was a bad father. That was what they
Yeah.
left you with.
But to be fair, it would be expected when even when you left Aang in the story, it wasn't like he was going, I have reached adulthood. I will have kids. Like, no. So coming back and then being like, yeah, he had kids, but no one taught him how to be a dad. Yeah. He was the only one of his tribe left. No one told him.
Right? He was 12. He already had issues beforehand. And then you found out, like, oh, the only guy that he cared about, who cared about him, died. And that's why he almost lost it in that temple. And then it's just like, of course you're going to do that. And I also already hearing that, yep, everyone's already gearing up because of the new Earth ones. Like, we're basically blaming Korra because Korra basically severed the connections for older Avatar spirits that can actually guide these kids, which will probably help when they have like twin siblings dealing with, everyone hated them.
Plus, you have to remember who Aang's bestie was growing up.
Boomy?
Boomy may care about kids, but does he seem the most stable? Does he seem like he would be a good parent aside from the kid is alive?
Boomy is the Avatar version of Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
Okay. That
happens. Those kids probably went through a lot.
Right. Like, that's like, yeah, I'll maybe let them watch my kid for 4 hours, fully willing, expecting that they're going to have some horrible Rugrat episode and get separated, do all this other shit. But having them watch you for 365 for years, yeah, it's like you're going to need a very, very tough, very overprotective mother on the other side for this to survive. Right? Like,
well, okay, so the only thing I don't want in this new Avatar, I'm so sick of Avatar like having daddy issues. I really am. I mean, because like look how much Legend of Korra, I'll admit, was guilty of doing some real stupid shit. Okay, it really was guilty of doing some stupid shit. But overall, it was a good series. It just used daddy issues way too fucking much. First Korra had daddy issues with Tenzin, even though Tenzin, Robert said it best. What the fuck, Tenzin? What the fuck could he do? And then in book 2, Korra had daddy issues with her dad for quite literally no reason.
Yeah, they never really did explain. It was just kind of like, I hate you, Dad, because you're here.
Yeah, and she just had those issues, and then it's like, okay, they kind of pushed the hot chick who was Mako's ex that they might be together with Korra. Oh, sorry, what her name is.
Well, that I'm okay with. That I'm okay with.
No, I like that, but it was like, if you were gonna end up like this, I would rather you, instead of doing the data issues, just made them like Demo Elise from get-go. Like season 1, it's just these two bitches out here fucking shit up. Because they were trying to make like her like, oh, I'm just gonna out here fuck shit up until she hit a wall where it's like, and then all of a sudden she's super vulnerable. And you went through like episodes of her just downing herself and all this shit. And it's like, this isn't a Disney Channel movie, man. Like, Like, where were you this beforehand? The confident, overconfident fucking girl. That's, I think, if they would have kept doing that, that would have been great. And I just really think they fucked up with the plot line where she ends up severing her connection with the rest of the Avatar spirits
Oh yeah,
because
season
they,
two.
Right.
A lot of people hate season
That
two.
shouldn't have even happened because that
Yeah.
makes no sense.
Yeah, a lot of people hated the fuck out of season two, rightfully so. Because even then, at the end of the day, spirit mecha fighting. Really, you're gonna pull that out of your ass and then
That's
never.
the best they had. It's just like, just make them large. Just make them large. It'll be fine.
I mean, hell, like I'm just gonna say it right now. It was weird. Like it didn't work with like when, for instance, like I didn't like it in Korra, right? I didn't even like it when Goku did when he was fighting Moro in the Super Comics. Cause wait, was it Moro? Yeah, cause like he turns giant Goku, and I'm like, what? Like I don't mind if Piccolo does it, cause it's Piccolo. He can do whatever he wants. He's untouchable. But
well,
like,
because he did it when he was in DB, so it's already been established. So it would
yes,
have been like, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. They would just have to do like a short, like, why did he decide to do this? And most people would have been satisfied because it was already established. It doesn't seem like an ass pull so much. Hmm.
Well, but Dragon Ball also is notorious for, hey, I saw that technique. That's mine now.
yeah.
Doesn't matter if I can do it or not. Because when you think about it from the start, Nappa and that mouth beam,
Oh God, yeah.
the first
That
time
being,
on the scene and the mouth beam, I was like, we can do that? We I didn't know we had mastered mouth beam keen at this point.
Dude,
well, also when they established solar flare, like DB, right? And it's like, okay, but that was just Master Roshi. And then it's like, okay, then it's Krillin. Now it's like everyone has it. And then they
Even
don't
at
really
that,
use it.
there's confusion because I halfway, even though Roshi's the oldest, I somewhat still suspect it was Tien's move and Roshi stole it. Because
Right?
the move actively seems to make more sense for Tien.
if you think that's weird, uh, I don't know if you heard this. Like okay, so I haven't watched Daima since like the third episode.
Oh, are you talking about Super Saiyan 4?
Yes.
I've seen pictures but haven't seen it. So I
Yeah,
don't.
I haven't seen it. I haven't watched it. I might after they said that, it's on my next list to binge because apparently, like when we first talked about the kid shit, I just had GT flashbacks and withdrawals, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, now it's like, oh, first episode, like Tori something like, hey, when Super Saiyan. Now it's like even Super Saiyan 3. Oh, also Vegeta's doing it. Oh, also now they're Super Saiyan 4. And it
No,
just feels like they're just trying to force everything that everyone had that wasn't canon into this to be that's canon. But Toriyama was against this in the first place. But it's like, okay.
well, because for the best way to say it, which is still factually true, Toriyama doesn't have the best memory. So colliding more shit into the already existing world is chaos for him when he was alive. Because if you're suddenly going, hey, I made this independent movie version that I didn't intend to be within the main timeline, and then everybody loves it, and then now like put it in the main timeline. Now you got to remember how the fuck to enter that in. And you probably have to create new characters. And then now that you made those characters, you have to put them somewhere else in the universe because they exist.
Well, like okay,
That's why the hell Jocko is even running around.
Dude, I just feel like
I said,
Toriyama.
like I said when I first heard, because Toriyama, while he was alive, he was working on that thing hard with toy animation. Like so,
No, yeah.
he had to have like said, yeah, okay, here's Super Saiyan 4 now. I mean, yeah, not a lot of the fans are still in uproar about it, but like
At some point, he probably did sign off on it, but
yeah.
it's with his busy schedule. Most of the time, we didn't hear stuff about what he approved and didn't approve till like months or years later because we usually didn't hear from him.
True.
I think he's so mad or pissed off that his original vision got screwed because how many people hated him trying to pass off the baton from Goku to Gohan
Oh,
after the Cell games.
don't even get me
Look,
started with
it
Gohan.
would have worked if Gohan didn't go where he was. If Gohan didn't go straight to teacher, if there had been more meandering in the middle, a little, save the earth a few more times, then later kind of lead into maybe I should settle down, train your own kid arc, it probably could have done. But to go, you will take over, Gohan.
Maybe
Go to high school.
Well, I
Go
think
be Spiderman for a good season so no one understands but faintly remembers Ginyu existing. And then suddenly bring back your dad from the dead for no reason, even though we said we can't do
how
that.
dare Gohan tarnish the legacy of the Ginyu dance? Fucking asshole. Fuck him.
Well, I mean, I think they could have done it if, okay, so his intention was after Cell Games do that, right? And then the backlash happened. So then they had to go back, drawing board, and be able to do this shit. But if he would have kept going, they could have done it where it's like, okay, instead of him jumping to high school, because when he did the Cell Games, he was like, what, 12, 11, 12, whatever?
Yeah.
Give or take, yeah.
Okay, so instead of that,
12 or
maybe
13.
they'll jump 2 years ahead, and then some other draft before Majin Buu happens, and he has to do this, and he's stressing out because he has to do this, and Goku's still dead. And then maybe they had an arc where it's like somehow he got a pass that he go visit his dad into the spirit world or whatever, and then they could have did that fucking Grand Kai tournament where he could have trained up for the next dread, and they could have kept moving on. They could have wrote all that other stuff and had the meandering years before Majin Buu happens and he can get a power up, and they could have introduced Beast Form earlier.
Officially, they should have just moved the tournament arc before Buu, separate from Buu. Buu should have been its own arc. Like, I understand the whole power gathering needed for the... They should have figured out a different way. They should have just had Gohan go through a battle tournament arc to kind of base us in Gohan's power level in that returning season when he comes in. Like, create a reason. He needs money for supplies for school or something. I don't know. He's 15. Whatever they need.
Yeah.
But
the reason could have been that him to visit.
you could still have Goku and stuff come back just for the contest and still have them have a matchup to scale up where Gohan is and him just go back. Then after the tournament, lead into Majin Buu, but don't have Goku come back.
Yeah, they easily could have did that. Like I said, when they had that Grand Kai tournament where Goku faced Pycon, they literally could have did that. And it's been like, hey, Goku's just like, yeah, I found this tournament, and I'm inviting you guys here for the day, and then the spirit world will last for the end of the tournament, whatever. And you have Piccolo, Vegeta, all them, and then they can face other warriors.
Still could be there because he's just seeing what new fighters are there. He just doesn't have to play a Buu role. He's just there to see who are the fighters around now that there's no Goku.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
And okay, so yeah, because we're coming close to time, so we gotta unfortunately end it. You know what? I tell you what. Next week we can actually I'll watch some of Daima and just report back, and we can just do another massive ass Dragon Ball debate because I really did enjoy the last one we had, which technically did involve Dragon Ball and Naruto, but they say
I'll watch some Daima this week.
So it's fine.
Here's the weird thing: they say the time skip in Boruto is really good, but you just got to get through the beginning part, which is shit. No.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. Like where it's at now is super good, but when it was first coming through, it was very.
Yeah, but how many episodes for the time skipping anime? It's like they say it's like 150 or like 180 before you get to the time skip. Like, who got time for that, man?
Exactly. But anyway, that's all the time we have for the Slab Lounge. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You take care. Later on.